Husband and wife team Jeremy and Michelle Bryant are creators of a pioneering digital assistant for farming, something they're dubbing the first Siri for New Zealand farmers. They say an extra $500 per hectare can be gained by using the tool based on artificial intelligence. AIMA Development founder Jeremy Bryant joins me now. Jeremy, what is the technology in a nutshell?
So effectively it's a digital assistant for farmers and an operating system, and it allows them to optimise their farming operations, improve the environmental performance. So think of it like a Siri for farming, where they can ask questions, and Siri goes away, does its calculation, and then delivers back its, the best solution for those farmers. Yep.
Obviously, there's it can't be called Siri, so it must be called something else
so
that they ask.
So it's called AIMA, so we call it AIMA. So yeah, that's right.
How did you get the idea for it?
So really, what I've got a bit experience in this area, and a lot of the solutions right now and the farmers are challenges that they're facing around the environmental space, trying to improve the profit while dealing with massive labour challenges. So giving them a digital assistant that allows them to really make those decisions, help them with those labour shortages, and really forecasts ahead. So looks ahead, pivots and looks at scenarios just to overcome those challenges. Yeah.
What is the state of technological uptake on farms?
So recently there was actually a survey done by Agritech New Zealand, and it's growing. Yep, there's a lot of farmers that are looking at investment that already have, so the things like wearables that they have on cows, and they're looking to expand, but some of the key things that they're really looking for is a return on investment. So if they invest in something, a tool that they can easily implement into their system, and that's adding real value into there, and that's what we believe that AIMA can add to that side of things.
Because there's a lot of things being thrown at them, isn't it, in terms of the innovation side of things. How many competitors do you have out there? Because I know there's the likes of Farm IQ and that sort of thing with farm management systems. How's your one, or what edge does your one have?
Yeah, so ours is a bit different in that it goes a step further in terms of that forecasting and optimisation. So a lot of the tools out there tell you what's the current state, but don't then necessarily say, okay, what's the best thing I should do in the next 10 days, 2 weeks. So AIMA really provides that pivoting options for you exploring in there. Yep. Okay,
so you've just had $1 million in investment from Sprout. How did it get involved?
So we were selected to go through the Sprout Accelerator earlier this year, and through that mentoring, they certainly saw the potential in AIMA, both from the farm application, but also for likes of milk processors, so to then get closer to their clients, say for retailers, looking at, providing the right products at the right time for those farmers. And I guess they saw that then potential, and then also with the United States, there's a big regenerative movement in the United States, and part of that is rotational grazing, but they don't really have the tools or even the expertise like the farm consultants to do that. So that provided that opportunity potentially to go into the United States market for beef production.
So that accelerator identified potential market opportunities for you.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. What else did you gain, and how did you enjoy that experience?
Yeah, so it was just, I guess, challenging our assumptions, thinking the big picture, overseas, that side of things, and then the mentors that come from the investor side of things, so thinking what really drives them, what appeals to them, and how we can connect it with other networks. So really what I guess came out of it is a far more cohesive tool, a digital assistant across the whole value chain, rather than just an on-farm tool that came out of that.
How did you find mixing with the other entrepreneurs? Because, it can be a lonely existence starting a company on your own.
That's right. So, it was good.
Husband and wife team. But
yeah, so it was good to see those others that are going through the same challenges, dealing with a bit of doubt, trying to build their their products and that side of things, and how they link with the investors, the customers, and that side of things. So it was a very good cohort that came through, and learning off them how they're doing and those challenges. Yeah.
So what's your path to market then? What's your commercialisation strategy?
So initially what we're doing is we are beta testing with 5 large, quite complex farms, and we are stress testing
in the North Island?
Yeah, North Island, and also looking at the South Island as well. So first stress testing it, getting ideas from those farmers. Okay, what could we do next? What development do we need? And then over time, develop it, expand. So at the moment, AIMA has really got a productivity, profit-focused head, I guess, if you think of the brain. Build out the environmental part of the brain as well, add that into the tool, and then launch it for the farmers there. And then obviously with the likes of the processors as well, there's opportunity to look at forecasting milk flow, meat flows, and that side of things. And then as retailers potentially come on board, looking at integrating products in there, so that if you can imagine a farmer out in the paddock, them thinking, okay, what do I need now to improve my productivity? They ask a question, okay, what do I do now? Do I need to conserve supplements now? How many paddocks do I conserve? And then AIMA goes away, thinks about that, and says, I think you should drop out these 3 paddocks now. That's going to optimise your farming operation. Or they might say, okay, I need extra feed right now, I'm quite short. How much fertiliser might I need? It says, okay, you need 2 tonnes, say. Then it goes away and orders that product for you. Yeah, that sort of thing. So, that assistant, very much a digital assistant coach to help you in the farming operations.
So do you have a timeline in terms of that path to market?
So the path to market, so we would look, middle of next year for that, the farmer version, and then expanding out, building out those wider versions, aggregated AIMA, as we call them, over time.
And does it have export potential as well?
It does. So we're also looking at, we're also discussing with US beef operations, and looking at some potentially testing it on some of those large beef farms, saying, okay, if we've got now, is it adding value? Do we need tweaks to fit with the American system and more? And then, potentially launching it to the US farmer market over there.
So it'll give you both feedback and credibility in that market,
That's
I should
right,
imagine.
yes, we're very much big about the farmers being involved in the development journey, so they're the ones that know the challenges they're facing, and then us building to reach their aspirations, really. Yeah.
And just finally, Jeremy, how will you fund your growth? You've got this money from Sprout, but what's your plans in terms of fundraising?
So effectively, that $1 million allows us to grow the team, to build the capability, and talk about that next to market. Then probably looking mid to late next year around potential next fundraise, to get into that, potentially building that more conversational size where basically you can talk to and from. So at the moment it's a text and an email conversation, I guess, but building out that side of things, and that's where we look for additional capital to make it a bit more of a rounded individual that starts to speak, essentially. Yeah.
All right. Well, very good. Thanks for your time, Jeremy Bryant.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.